and to everyone here. What's your favorite memory that you can remember that happened over bourbon?
Oh, gosh. It was an old camping trip, to be honest, with some buddies. When you do what I do now and you're gone so much, you really cherish when you get to have like moments where you're with people that you know really care about you. And it's not about any of the stuff that I do. And it was one of those things where we were all hanging out, we were all camping on the beach actually. And we started pouring whiskey, and it was just that thing of the smell in the air, the smell of the fire, the stories that were, it was a recent memory, but it was one of the better ones I've had.
I like how you've been really open and honest about how it's been like
I'm always that way, so
like,
go ahead, ask away.
It's been like a grind to get to where you are today. And do you think that like you need that to really like appreciate success?
Honestly, I've thought about this long and hard. It's like I thrive off of misery, I feel like sometimes. And I know it's a weird thing, but I'm one of those people that's like I'm more comfortable when I'm uncomfortable. Even after the success of Up All Night, I made myself live in this tiny little old studio room where all my stuff was in there, where I took cold showers. That's what I did when I first moved to town, so I wanted to stay in that mindset of still feeling like I had to get somewhere. But to answer your question, it's yes, for sure. Like I'm just kind of that way.
Right. You had 3.5 years in between albums, was it?
Yeah, it felt like 10. Like I almost lost my mind in the process.
Okay. Do artists get nervous that people are going to forget about them when they're not releasing music?
Every day.
Okay.
The last 1.5 years, 2 years has been the toughest thing. And I slipped into a lot of dark places. Like in my mind, I felt like I almost battled depression at times. People wouldn't know it. You go on stage and you're playing in front of people and they think that, everything's great. I battled all these things inside. Are they tired of hearing the same songs? I'm having to play the Up All Night record, and I've only had one record at that time. Playing 5 nights a week, and you're having to play a lot of the same set, and you don't want to put too much new music out there because then there's no discovery when you actually release a record. I just had so much fear of, are they going to like the new music? Or by the time I put it out, they're going to be on to somebody else and nobody's going to show up at the show. So there's all those things that enter your head. You're afraid of becoming irrelevant.
Right.
But I stuck to my guns the whole time, and I stuck to writing the kind of music that I wanted to write and the kind of music I thought the fans wanted to hear. And I won't ever waver from that. I'll always be that way.
I hear a lot of artists talk about that, like staying true to themselves. What kind of things were you not comfortable doing that maybe like people wanted you to write about that just wasn't?
You're trying to get me in trouble on this show.
No, I'm not. But artists say that all the time.
Yeah, well, a lot of them are just full of it. But a lot of them are just,
just what's like just not you?
There's all kind of things from Photoshoots,
Okay.
which people have learned in my teams around here somewhere. They've been like, just let him go. Just don't even try to send him a rack of clothes. He's going to show up in the same, just... Anyways,
Okay, yeah.
My manager recently, we were on not some TV shows, the big shows, Jimmy Kimmel, and the makeup lady came in and was like, okay, well come on, sit down. And he goes, just don't even try it, just. And I kind of laughed. I said, yeah, I'm all good. Not that I think I'm all. I remember the shoot of. I'm one of those people that I call it like it is. I don't sugarcoat things, and it's like I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm not trying to be rude. It's who I am, And I remember watching the Hey Pretty Girl video, and it was like I looked like I got caught in a damn dust bowl. It was like it was just. And then after that I was like, no more makeup for me. Like it's just like and early on you kind of allow things to happen because. They're like, well, this is just what, and then you learn to kind of put your foot down on things and be like, nah, it's not me. There's nothing pretty about me, so I'm not putting on makeup. I'm not doing any of that stuff, so.
Right. What is like a topic or from one of the songs on Wild Ones that you never predicted you would have like been writing about 10 years ago?
Oh, man. I feel like there's a few of them on that record. I never would have thought 10 years ago I would have written That Was Us. I never would have thought I'd be writing, if we got high, if we got stoned. I can't even remember my own lyric right now. I just somebody was asking me that the other day. They were like, went to some show and I forgot the lyrics. And he said, "How do you forget the lyrics?" I said, "I've written 1,000 songs. Like, try to remember 1,000 songs."
Right.
That one, you know, I would say Heart's Desire, because I think that song was a very, very, very vulnerable song for me, that some things that took place years ago. And that was the most exposed I could possibly lay myself on the table.
What would you do on a first date?
Yeah, I'm gonna get ripped apart by my brothers watching this right now. I don't really have like a go-to. Like if I was to do a date, you know, it would be something simple though. You know, it would be, you know, let's meet up, go for a walk or something.
Do you believe in kissing on the first date?
Yeah, if it calls for it, yeah. Come on.
What is a deal breaker?
Man, there's a lot of things that are deal breakers for me. As I've gotten older, like I've gotten so fed up with a lot of stuff. And you know, that's one of the things too where, golly, I could ramble about this for quite a while. I think back on like almost settling down like in my early 20s at one time, like really early 20s. And golly, it would have been a disaster when I think about it. And kindness. Kindness is the biggest thing with me. Somebody that I feel like is not truly, genuinely kind, like it's just, you know, I can sense that stuff from a mile away.
Right.
If you don't make me laugh, deal breaker.
Yeah. If you could have a drink with anyone, because everyone here wants to have a drink with you, but if you could have a drink with anyone, dead or alive, like who would you?
If I could have a beer with Jesus. No, honestly, my first thought it would be I'd want to sip on a drink with Jesus and ask him a million questions. But if we're going with just, you know, somebody that everybody believes in, this is really gonna be a lame answer for a lot of people, but I've never been such a fan of somebody so much, and I would just want to hear stories from this guy, is Michael Jordan. I'd want to sit back, I'd want to have a cigar,
Yes.
a drink, and I'd want to hear about everything that happened in the league. And I'd just say, man, don't ever let anybody compare LeBron to you.
Yeah, right? Jenny W., did you want to ask your question?
Hey, don't get bashful now. You asked the question.
Which of your songs would you want everyone to remember you by?
It's a new song. It's called Guitar Man. That song embodies so much of what I do, and it's got this happy melody, but it rips your heart out at the same time. So that would be it.
If you could relive one day of your life over again, what would it be and why?
That's a really
Solid question, Tiff. My dad was a big inspiration in my life, in so many ways. And I'll have these moments where I'll go months where I'll be completely fine. He passed like 4 years ago, and then it'll just hit me like a wave that he's gone, and I don't get to talk to him anymore. And we grew up going fishing all the time, me and him and my two brothers. And he worked like crazy, but he had every Monday off, and he would get us out of school, and usually once a month, and we'd go flats fishing down the Gulf. And when he got really sick 4 years ago around Thanksgiving, we came home and we all went flats fishing for the last time. And at the time, we didn't know that he was going to pass. We knew he was sick, but it really was a magical day. The last several times we had gone, we didn't catch anything. It's kind of like the Gulf has almost been fished out, it seems like. And it was every single cast, we caught something. It was like his pain was gone, and he was having a blast. He was telling jokes. He was his old self, and it was really a special day, and I knew it. It wasn't one of those things where I didn't realize it till later. I knew in the moment that this might be it, and it was pretty special. So that would be mine. I would go do that again.
Well, cheers to you. Cheers to everyone here. Thanks
Thank you,
for
guys.
having a drink with us.
Everybody raise your glass.